Hello everyone, I am Mike Eagle. I am the grandchild of Holocaust survivors and the board chair of the Florida Holocaust Museum. So I wanted to welcome everybody here tonight on behalf of the board and the staff museum and the volunteers and your community, frankly. This, honestly, I don't say this at every event I go to, so that tells you it's true when I do say it. This is really one of, certainly my favorite events at the museum, and I think I probably speak for, if not most, if not all, then the vast majority of the people I mentioned as well at the museum, because this is just so much positive energy tonight. People, when they think of, you know, the word like the Holocaust or the singularity and the event of the Holocaust, I think the first place you go is, you know, this is what happens in the worst in humanity. But one thing that I think we do so well at the museum is we teach about what happens, what the worst of humanity looks like. It's what leads to the systematic murder of 6 million Jews just because of who they were. And, but we also spend, frankly, we try even more time on hope and positivity. And what happens when people are what we call upstanders, people who stand up and do what's right regardless of the situation, no matter how hard it is. And in our world, people like me, for example, understand that beyond words, because I wouldn't exist, literally, if people in the world weren't upstanders. My grandparents were hidden by non-Jews who didn't have to do anything, and most people didn't. And they were executed for hiding my grandparents and not giving them up. So when I say this night gives me a lot of pride and I get really excited, I really mean it, because you guys are channeling the upstander mentality. You're doing it, and you're generations later, and you give all of us hope that no matter how bad it gets, the light's always going to shine. And that's, to me, the most important lesson of the Holocaust. Is what I was raised on. My grandparents used to always say to my brother and me, it was the worst in people, it was the worst in humanity, but you must share with people at the same time it was the best. And both of those things are so important, and which one do we have the most control over? That second part. And you guys are doing it. You're making sure we all have a choice of which one of those we want to be, and you're going to hear a couple of amazing stories tonight about Hailee Weiss, the founder of the Anne Frank Humanitarian Award, and another example of tremendous upstanders that Carl Goodman, our CEO, I'm introducing in a second, is going to talk about. And it's just, you guys make me feel hopeful, excited, and lazy, though, is the thing. Because I read these like resumes and I need to do more. I need to be like you guys. But it really is just it's a galvanizing, it's like a refuel. Because a lot of times we have to deal with difficult situations every day. Anti-Semitism is on the rise, bigotry and ignorance is on the rise, and we do more than offset it when we have nights like this. And so I want to thank you on behalf of the board and the staff and the volunteers of the museum. Your community, I'm going to say it again, you guys are a beacon. You're what we're all looking for, to remember that everything's going to be okay. Mm-hmm. And that's one of the biggest lessons, is no matter how dark it gets, there's always going to be light. So thank you for being that for us. I want to introduce our new CEO, Carl Goodman, and thank you again for being you.
Well, we've got a lot more people to thank. First of all, this has just become, because I am new, my favorite event of the year. And that includes my prior job as well. Florida Holocaust Museum's Anne Frank Humanitarian Award program was actually founded at a time before the honorees were born, 22 years ago, when we honored 16 students from 16 schools, that's it, in Pinellas County. So now, and if I may abbreviate, the AFHA program encompasses 5 counties, including yours, and that's 97 schools and 97 students. But its core mission remains the same: to recognize the good in our youth, people who not only have the potential to change the world, but are already agents of change. So at this time, I want to thank the people who have a role in making this program happen. Mike thanked all of you, the students and the recipients. But I want to recognize some of our sponsors and supporters. First of all, the presenting sponsor, Publix, you know that it's a supermarket. Charity Incorporated, James H. and Amy G. Schimberg Family Foundation. Our humanitarian sponsors, first of all, founder Irene Weiss is here tonight, and Steve, her husband. Carolyn Bass, Warner and Rosa Cohn, of blessed memory. Jody Sherman and Dennis Sherman, of blessed memory. Lois and Peter Pardall, Rachel and Donald Worthington. Laura and Kevin Morris, in memory of Zachary Morris, a 2018 honoree. Other donors and in-kind sponsors are listed in your program. Please take a look. They make it possible to bring the AFHA program to our schools, but just as important, we are grateful to the teachers, the guidance counselors, and the administrators from those 97 schools, the many volunteers who review nominations, make award presentations in schools, and work behind the scenes to make this program and celebration possible. This includes, the gift assembly volunteers and the nomination review committee, the presenters who represent the museum at your school award ceremony, the Florida Holocaust Museum staff members. I especially want to thank Susan Ballinger, the program coordinator. Yay. And finally, we want to thank you, the parents and families and caregivers of these amazing young adults. Your children are ambassadors and, as Mike said, upstanders who represent hope, ideals, and values that you reinforce in the home. So thank you, parents. Welcome to our home. Enjoy the evening. And now I'd like to introduce the AFHA Program Chair, Shana Perlmutter Levine.
Hello. I'm excited to be here. I'm so grateful for all you all, for our youth.
Choose me up. I need charge.
It is a pleasure to introduce Reilley Dobbs. She's the 2010 Anne Frank Humanitarian Award honoree from Berkeley Preparatory School. Reilley graduated from Howard Nemeroff Writing Scholars Program in Washington University in St. Louis and has worked as a producer for Bloomberg Television and CNN. And she's gorgeous. Welcome back, Reilley, the whole packet.
Hi, thank you, Shana. And thanks to the Florida Holocaust Museum for having me. And congrats to everyone for what you've achieved here tonight. So as Shana said, I was an Anne Frank Humanitarian Award recipient in 2010, and I didn't think I was old or experienced enough to be here as a speaker, which was confirmed with me when about 6 different people asked me which school I was from today. But the cliches as always still apply. It does seem like yesterday. Life has taught me a lot since 2010. Service matters in our world more today than ever. All of these ring true. But I don't really want to talk about the life lessons that I myself haven't quite mastered. In work, I tell stories, and I try my best to tell stories that aren't always told. In 2010, when I was here at the museum, I was given this book, Anne Frank Remembered by Miep Gies, and I admittedly didn't read it until I was asked to speak here. So, prompted by this book, and because I like to tell stories, I'd like to talk about Miep Gies' story. There's the parts of those pages that I hope we're still taught, that in 1942, Miep Gies helped her employer, Otto Frank, and 7 other people hide from Nazis in a secret annex. That Miep and her husband acquired illegal ration cards, books, papers, and groceries for those hiding. That on August 4th, 1944, after 25 months, the inhabitants of the secret annex were discovered and sent to concentration camps. That day in August, Miep searched the mess of books, papers, newspapers, and items that made up the life of those in the annex. Amidst those items, what she found, small red diary. In January 1945, Miep Gies gave that diary to Otto Frank, the only surviving member of the Frank family. Then there are the parts that I didn't know, that Miep was only 33, a few years older than I am today, when she brought Margot Frank to hide in the annex after the 16-year-old received a postcard ordering her to appear for forced labor shipment to Germany. When Miep and Margot biked to gather her things, they both appeared to passerby as two young girls. When there are the parts, Miep was fashionable. A photo from 1933 shows her in a fur-lined collar and a velvet cloche. She paid attention to nature, to the world, to every change of season. The green of the trees of spring in Amsterdam, the rain that made dark days almost desolate. Miep was an immigrant. She was born in Vienna, Austria, and sent to live with a foster family in Amsterdam at the age of 11 because of food shortages in her home country. Miep was a Dutch nickname, quite different from the name she was born with. Miep Gies was smart, she was good at school, as I know all of you are. After being sent from Austria to live with a foster family in the Netherlands, she started school in January, only knowing a few words of Dutch. And by spring, she was the best in her class. In reading Miep's memoir, the big parts of heroicism in her story give way to the small gestures of kindness that help the inhabitants of the annex maintain their humanity. As she leads Margot Frank into hiding, she quietly grips her arm to give her courage. Upon prompting from Anne and the younger members of the annex, Miep and her husband, Jan, agreed to a sleepover of sorts upstairs. Miep says of Anne's excitement for the night, "You'd have thought that the Queen Wilhelmina herself was about to make a visit." Without question, she offered to bring Anne into the streets of Amsterdam to be fitted for glasses when she showed signs of needing them. Miep's capacity for empathy seeps constantly through the pages of her memoir. She states, "I couldn't imagine what they must be feeling to have walked away from everything they owned in the world." Of her night in the annex, she said, "The fright of these people who were locked up here was so thick, I could feel it pressing down on me. It was like a thread of terror pulled taut. She herself was constantly in danger, but her thoughts were only those with who she helped to hide." We know Miep Gies as a hero, but her refrain throughout her life was insistent on the opposite. "I'm not a hero," she said. "I stand at the end of a long line of good Dutch people who did what I did or more. People should never think that you have to be a very special person to help those who need you." To the end of her life, she maintained that she was an ordinary housewife and human. I think Miep Gies' story is about the choices we have in service and the choices we have every ordinary day. To do the right thing, the wrong thing, or just to do anything at all. She maintained, "These are the choices we make loudly and the choices we make quietly." Sitting here, you've all made great choices, both quietly and loudly. You've demonstrated enormous capacity for empathy. You've set examples for your peers. Admittedly, in 2010, when I sat in your seats, I didn't think the choices I made had been all that hard or world-changing. I grew up in a house that was committed to service. My mom, Renee Dabbs, hi Mom, has spent her life committed to service, and it informs so much of what she does for work and beyond. I was lucky to feel empowered and enabled by her to help people. But I've now learned that the inclination toward service, toward empathy, and feeling the need to help people is in fact unique. I recently read these words from activist and poet Audre Lorde. "You're never really a whole person if you remain silent, because there's always that one little piece inside you that wants to be spoken out." I feel that little piece very acutely inside me every day. And you're all here because you listen to that piece of you, even amidst challenges of school, life, and extracurricular. And this is my little life lesson, is life will continue to get in the way of that. Know that you are unique in letting that little piece speak out, in prioritizing service in your lives, and continue to do so. So I'll end up with a quote from Miep, this in her own words, "Ordinary human that did extraordinary things. But even an ordinary secretary or a housewife or a teenager can, within their own small ways, turn on a small light in a dark room." Thank you and congrats.
It's very hard in this world and in this society to focus on others when we're taught in the society to be competitive and focus on our own needs. And with that, thank you, Reilley. And we have Miss lovely Caitlyn who was the 2023 Anne Frank Humanitarian Award nominee. Wait, I gotta get your credits in here, lady. From Manatee School for the Arts. No, come and tell us what you've been up to. Thank you. Caitlyn.
I'm gonna correct you, not out of like,
Oh,
2022, sorry. I received it last year.
oh, yes.
It's okay though. Okay. Congratulations, this award is something that you should be extremely proud of. The Anne Frank Humanitarian Award honors you in your not only your service to your community, but to the world. But when I received this award back in 2022, I simply saw it as an award that honored my achievement. And while all of you have achieved great things, I'm sure, this award is honoring something much more than that. This award recognizes your tenacity. You all are here, and you hold the moral strength to persist in the face of adversity. Just as Anne Frank did, you all have strength of purpose and will not give up until you accomplish what you're trying to reach. But most of you all do this with humility, because at the end of the day, you want to better someone's life, not get recognized for it. Since receiving my award, I've been a part of my school's production of the Diary of Anne Frank, where we created a beautiful show that honored the Franks and the Van Pel's story and their spirits while educating the public. During this, I became a volunteer here at the Florida Holocaust Museum because I wanted to do more. I also just finished my last English class. I graduated yesterday. Thanks. Where I wrote a research thesis on the rise of anti-Semitism in the 21st century, which I intend to try to publish. I've also signed up for webinars like bystander intervention to stop anti-Semitic harassment. You don't have to do something for this field. However, your change will concern many forms and different areas that the world needs. So whatever your next steps are, keep this award in mind. You'll be surprised how much it will grow to mean to you. You all are the change that this world desperately needs, and there is no step too little as long as one person sees it. Let this award be confirmation that you are making a difference, and never forget who you are and why you started what you're doing. Congratulations to the 2023 Anne Frank Humanitarian Award honorees.
Before we begin the individual award recognition, let me briefly explain the process we use to choose our honorees. Each honoree was nominated by their principal, guidance counselor, or teacher to be recognized for making a difference in the lives of others. We recognize the humanitarian spirit of every nominee. They are all working to make this world a better place. The museum's award nomination review committees evaluated each nomination to choose the award recipients. Each honoree receives a personalized inscribed glass plaque, a copy of Anne Frank, The Diary of a Young Girl, and a one-year family membership to the museum. We hope that your families will use the membership and will support the museum by renewing it next year at this time. And now I'd like to share a little bit about the person who is our program's namesake, Anne Frank. Anne Frank was 13 when she began writing her extraordinary diary. During the 2 years, she and her family were hiding in a secret annex behind her father, Otto Frank's business. When the annex was raided in 1944, the Franks and those hiding with them were arrested. Anne and her sister Margot contracted typhus while at Bergen-Belsen and died in the spring of 1945. Only Otto survived to return to the Netherlands after the war. It was he who made sure Anne's diary was published in 1947. Actually, it was also because I think he gave it to somebody, he gave it to his friends, and they said, you would be hurting society if you don't have this published. Have you heard that? It has since been read by millions across the world. In 1944, Anne wrote, "You've known for a long time that my greatest wish is to be a journalist and later on a famous writer." Anne did not get the opportunity to become a journalist, but she did become one of the most famous writers in the world. Her diary became her legacy and a timeless testament to the human spirit. And now we would like to individually recognize each award recipient alphabetically by school. Oh, each of you should have signed in earlier so we know who you are. If you did not sign in, let us know so we don't leave you out. Also, we have our wonderful professional photographer here, Sherry, who will be taking the photos, so you all don't need to come up and take photos of your kids. You'll have time after. And please stay after also so that we can get a group photo. So first, in Hillsborough County, we have Liliana Holman, Academy of the Holy Names.
Sorry. No, my mark.
Oh.
No, now you gotta come here.
Oh, we have to talk about your
I gotta brag about you to everybody. Lily's guidance counselor describes her as a joyful person, willing to work as hard as necessary to make joy happen for those around her. Her volunteer service is varied and extensive. She co-founded and serves as president of Cornerstone Kids, which seeks to connect Academy students with children in the Tampa Heights community by providing activities and tutoring. She is responsible for organizing donations and overseeing service projects for the program. Liliana participates in service projects through Key Club, Beta Club, and as student ambassador. She takes part in activities to honor veterans with the Gold Star Club and helps raise funds to grant wishes for seriously ill children as part of the Make-A-Wish Foundation Club. Outside of school, Lily volunteers at Metropolitan Ministries and as a tutor and mentor to middle school students in her church youth group. When do you sleep, child? Wow. Thank you, Anna. Thank you. Okay. Oh, and please correct me if I say your name wrong. Valentina Michelini. Did I say that right? Michelini.
I'll get it. I promise.
Oh, this is so nice. Valentina understands that even the smallest kindness or welcoming smile can change someone's day for the better. It's so true. She makes it her job to make sure everyone feels welcome and appreciated. It is the goal of the ministry to plant love in the hearts of others and bring hope to those in need. For the past several years, Valentina has helped at Nameless Ministries, which was founded by her mother and serves over 800 families and individuals in the community, providing meals, clothing, and shoes, hygiene items, emergency funds, and transportation assistance. If needed, they can provide medical assistance, shelter referrals, and even pet assistance at no cost. In appreciation of her meaningful work, Valentina received the Presidential Service Award. Oh my gosh. Thank you. Kids are so impressed. I mean, oh, sorry. Oh, Hailee Knuckles, Armwood High School. Knuckles. Did I say that right? Okay.
Yeah.
I'm getting good at this.
I know. Hailee discovered a passion for helping others and now looks for opportunities to help wherever she can. It's addictive. Much of her service is through the Key Club, where she serves as president. Together with her clubmates, she has helped to create and organize events on and off campus. They have helped raise money for Folds of Honor, a veteran support organization which provides life-changing scholarships to the spouses and children of America's fallen or disabled military and first responders. Hailee worked with community partners to build butterfly gardens at Armwood High School and Lopez and Colson elementary schools. Her service has been valuable to the culture and climate of our school. Hailee also works with as Project Linus
Plant City Chamber of Commerce, and Kiwanis International. Wow. Thank you, Hailee. Isha Patel. Oh, she's back here. Okay. Sahana Saravanan. She didn't come. Oh, she's here. Yay! My daughter goes to Blake High School, so I'm very excited.
Coming this way.
Sahana, did I say it right? Sahana is a gifted performer in the School of Arts and an outstanding student. She is dedicated to sharing the joy of theater with others by volunteering for the International Thespian Society, a group which works to engage as many students as possible in the theater arts by performing in schools and sponsoring local summer drama camps for children. So wonderful. Recently, she created her own nonprofit, the Sahana Music Foundation, which offers free music lessons for children. Honoring her Indian heritage, she volunteers her time and talent for the Federation of India Association and the Tampa Bay Tamil Association, community organizations that support local charities in their mission to promote poverty and homelessness in the community. This association sends volunteers to work at Feeding America Tampa Bay regularly, helping sort donated food and other items for distribution to those in need. Thank you so much, Sahana. Okay. Suma, now I'm going to say this wrong and embarrass myself. Suma Anche?
Yeah.
Anche?
Yeah.
Is that how you say it? I'm probably going to get it right. Oh, that's my bad. Do they all need to take off their glasses?
No.
No.
Not necessarily.
Okay. Okay, Suma, get ready to listen about yourself. Suma excels in her ability to connect with children, yes, and exhibits humility and grace in every area of her involvement. She is currently working to bring a tennis program to nearby Mort Elementary School as a volunteer initiative. She has also spent time volunteering at Mort Elementary School, working with 5th graders in a lesson on entrepreneurship as well as mental health awareness, and has extensive experience working as a summer camp counselor for children ages 3 through 6. Suma is an integral member of the organization Superstars, where she has facilitated events including a Cinco de Mayo Day, game night, and field day, while also contributing to aftercare support. As part of the school's Red Cross Club, she has helped to clean ambulances at the Crisis Center of Tampa Bay, while also learning about the various roles played by the organization to provide mental health support to the citizens of our community. Wow, thank you, Suma. And all I'm thinking is, you all must be amazing parents to raise these children that are just give so much. She's here. Okay. Ashley Johnson, Chamberlain High School. I hope I said that right. Is she here? Ashley Johnson. Molly Bolton, Clearwater Central Catholic, Pinellas County. Hi, Molly. Adorable. Come on down. Molly has a passion for being involved in her school and community. Serving others is a priority for her. Her best friend is vice president of her class, and Molly looks to her as an example of humanitarianism, quiet leadership, and commitment. She participates in the CCC peer ministry, serving as a mentor easing freshmen through the transition to high school and encouraging underclassmen to participate in the adventure of living in accordance with the gospel. She founded the CCC Book Club and serves as an advocate for her classmates as a student council representative. As a student ambassador, Molly represents CCC at presentations at partner schools and assists with activities such as Back to School Night and Discover CCC events. Outside of school, she participates in Youth Leadership Pinellas, a program designed to develop community leaders of tomorrow. Wow. Thank you, Molly. Okay. Oh, she is here. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, I skipped her because there was a... Yeah. I'm sorry I skipped you, Hailee, but she may not have even known. Hailee Sterling, Cambridge Christian School. Yay! All the wonderful things they said about you. Hailee has a talent for making people smile and feel good when they're around her. Very good talent. This talent comes in handy during the hundreds of hours she spends as leader in her church's children's ministry. Not only does she lead weekly meetings and activities, but she also volunteers as a summer camp counselor and dorm leader where she is a trusted friend and mentor. Her desire to help others stretches outside of school, church, and the local community. Her family has hosted several Korean and Chinese international exchange students, providing them a safe and welcoming home away from home. As an elementary school student, Hailee had the opportunity to participate in a mission trip to Africa, where she witnessed the value of service to all who need it, no matter where they live or come from. As an active member of the Junior Key Club, Hailee has worked on club service projects and given motivational talks on the importance of serving others, particularly children in foster care. Thank you, Hailee. Sorry, guys. Ava Whalen, Gaither High School. Oh, thank you. Ava has recorded over 300 service hours with several community organizations. One of her favorites is the Humane Society, where she facilitates the adoption process of helping adopters and animals get to know each other and make the connection that will lead them to finding their forever homes. She also serves as a companion to the shelter animals still waiting to find a home, working with them to provide regular exercise and socialization. This is very close to my heart. She has been recognized for her hours of service by her supervisors at the Humane Society. She is a volunteer counselor at Camp Way Lonnie Girl Scout Camp. I said that right? Okay. Helping the youngest campers through feeling homesick and encouraging them to try new things. Ava attended Camp Wailani and credits the experience there and the role models provided by the counselors with motivating her to do the same for others. She is captain of her Brain Bowl team and serves as camp coordinator as well as counselor in training. Wow. Thank you so much, Ava. Julia Abrego. Did I say that right? Oh, Plant High School. Okay. Julie goes out of her way to help her fellow students however she can, but her impact is most evident with the English language learning population. She works with the students and their counselors, assisting with translation, tutoring, and support. Watching these students struggle, she has become an advocate for them on campus and works to promote diversity awareness. Yes. Recently, Julie was nominated to take part in the District Youth for Mental Health Training, where she will be taught to recognize and report warning signs. Sorry, this is close to my heart because I know suicide's a very big problem with teenagers today. Anyhow, where she will be taught to recognize and report warning signs and risk factors that lead to teen suicide and self-harm. Outside of school, she has a talent for finding ways to make someone's day brighter. Each year, she creates holiday greeting cards for patients in local nursing homes and hospitals, bringing joy to people who may be isolated from their families during the holidays. She spends her summers mentoring young female athletes at sports camps. Her caring, nurturing nature makes her a natural leader and role model. No, I worry about kids today and a lack of community. And it just, I worry about kids on there playing video games. And I mean, I have teenagers, but I'm lucky that mine are kind of different. But they definitely don't do what you all do. So thank you for all you give. What?
They'll be having a discussion.
A discussion, yeah, why aren't you not doing that? They give in little ways, but this is just, okay. Oh, now, accepting for Bascia Proctor is her mom. Bascia Proctor goes to Jefferson High School. I'm sorry I'm not mentioning all your wonderful high schools that you all go to. This is just kind of overwhelming to me, just how amazing you all are. And I heard that was true. I had a warning. Hi, Bascia's mom. Yay! I hope she got. Oh. Your mom? What?
No, I'm her mother.
Yeah, okay. I can say Bascia's mom. Yeah.
You take one.
Okay, Mom. Proof that you're here.
Let's hear that loud.
Okay. Now I get to say nice things to you about your child.
We'll take one after.
Oh, you got the photo? Okay.
We'll take one after.
Bascia has served her community by volunteering over 300 hours of her time for several organizations. As an active member of Top Teens of America, she has volunteered at Metropolitan Ministries, Mom knows all this, homeless shelters, St. Jude's Children's Hospital, March of Dimes, and NCF Scholarship Walks. Top Teens, a community service group sponsored by Top Ladies of Distinction, dedicated to guiding teens to become productive citizens through positive cultural, education, and leadership activities. Bascia is active in her church, Allen Temple AME, where she volunteers as camp instructor throughout the year, including their Saturday FSA programs, summer and school break camps. She also helps with Jefferson High School during summer transition camps for incoming ninth graders, where she offers friendship and makes them feel welcome. Thank you for being her mom. Chancellor Haber from Jesuit High School.
Eyes were closed.
Okay, Chancellor. I like it. Chancellor's family moved from South Dakota to Tampa for his sophomore year. No pressure. Despite the cultural shock, Chancellor worked hard to make the change a success and has become a leader at Jesuit High School. Chancellor has put his talents to work in the community. He became active in the Ryan Neese Foundation, which teaches participants leadership through service. Though his work there pushed him out of his comfort zone, he credits it with helping him get to know his new Tampa Bay community. He is passionate about the work being done by Hope Children's Home. He spent a summer in Honduras playing with the children and serving as a translator for doctors who do not speak Spanish. I can't believe the things you all do. When talking about the experience, he mentioned a young boy he worked with who, despite his situation, was always the happiest child. Chancellor says about the experience, I was able to feel God's presence in the entire trip. You all are too much. I mean, this is like, it's like the do-gooders of the do-gooders. All right, okay. Andrew Hayes, Jewel F. Sumner High School. Come on down, Mr. Hayes. Okay, I'm ready. You'll be okay. You're welcome. But I'm very emotional. Okay. When Andrew was young, he attended church camps. He considers his time at those camps a life-changing experience which taught value of service to others. His goal is to become a positive role model like those he encountered there. Now he is giving back as a junior counselor. He provides academic tutoring, monitors the safety of campers, and facilitates the recreational activities provided at the camp. He shares his love of music through supporting middle school students in middle school orchestra, students in Academy 2027, a new middle to high school program hosted on campus. He delights in watching young percussionists learn their instruments and develop their talents. Andrew has served over 350 hours serving his school, church, and community. Wow. Thank you, Andrew. Stella Santana, or is it Santana? Is she here? I'm dying to know how to pronounce her name. Santana or Santana. King High School, Stella? Oh, is she not here? Okay. David Frazier, Leonard High School. Yeah.
If we have skipped someone, we'll be turned back at the end of it.
Thank you. Go here.
You're so gorgeous. You kids are so, you guys are, you do good, and you got great arts, and you're all beautiful. Not only is David an outstanding student, but he is a talented musician and a natural leader. He provides a positive role model for his peers, and though his dedication and determination to help others, he is always willing to step up and help with a smile on his face and encourages others to do the same. He is involved in his church through the youth group and volunteering his talent as a pianist for events and productions. At school, he is active in both the National Honor Society and Key Club, through which he has volunteered nearly 200 hours helping with campus cleanups and working at the North Pole Express and Halloween Bash. He volunteered at Metropolitan Ministries, packing food boxes to be delivered to families in need. David plans to major in political science in college and attend law school. Motivated by reports of individuals falsely accused of crime, David would like to pursue a career in law to serve as an advocate for those who lack adequate legal services. That is so fantastic. Melissa, all right, now I'm definitely going to butcher this name. Fetier? It's French, though, yes. Oh, Lato High School. How do you say her name? Fetier? Oh. Oh, she's from Haiti, I think.
Nice.
Yes?
Yes.
Wonderful. Okay. Melissa arrived from Haiti. She looks like a supermodel too. In 2022 and is already making a positive impact on her community. While living in Haiti, she worked to alleviate the suffering of the people there who were dealing with poverty, unrest, and devastating hurricanes and earthquakes. Melissa was active in I Got Next, an organization working to create and cultivate opportunities and promote safe and positive learning environments at schools and orphanages. She helped distribute food and clothing to those dealing with the aftermath of multiple natural disasters. She is motivated by the thoughts of the family she left behind and is already working hard to give back to her new community, volunteering for Feeding Tampa Bay and participating in the Caring Community Club at school. Thank you, Melissa. And here's chocolate cheesecake. Rumor. Olivia Rivendula? No? From Sickles High School? No? Okay. Zakiyah Adams, Bodo High School? Zakiyah? Yes! Zakiyah, I'm going to read about how wonderful you are while you... Zakiyah, she told me already and I forgot. Zakiyah embodies the definition of selflessness. She consistently puts the needs of others before her own and is always ready to help. Being from a military family which moved often taught her the importance of reaching out to make others feel welcome. She is an exceptional student and is always willing to help her classmates with tutoring and academic support. As a school ambassador, provides school tours and answers questions for incoming 9th graders and their families to make them feel welcome on campus and excited to become part of the Bodo High School community. At home, she assists her elderly neighbors with daily tasks they struggle with. Zakiyah, okay, I'm sorry, Zakiyah. I want to get it right so bad. Zakiyah was honored by Monkey Business Camp in Berkeley, California with an Outstanding Volunteer Award for serving over 100 hours as group leader and role model for young campers over the summer. Wow. Okay. Jaida Bilkas? Jaida has a genuine desire to help others, especially those without access to health care or medicine. She'd like to become a doctor and seeks out opportunities to serve while learning. She has spent the last 2 summers volunteering for projects abroad as an assistant to doctors and medical professionals working with impoverished communities in Tanzania and Ghana. Working directly with patients, she practiced compassion and care while learning about their cultures and communities. While there, she created educational presentations to raise awareness of the importance of proper hygiene and self-care. Closer to home, Jaida is active in a number in school clubs and organizations. She has participated in campus cleanups, volunteered at school and community events, and helped with clothing and food drives. She helps the needy by volunteering at a food pantry operating by Feeding Tampa Bay. Thank you so much. Jennalise Tia, Strawberry Crest High School. Jennalise's involvement in clubs has helped her realize the positive influence she can have on others and the value of acts of service. She is president of the Interact Club, which, as the motto, service above self, has been awarded the Interact Distinguished Service Citation. I'm sorry, the writers are on strike right now. Has been awarded the Interact Distinguished Service Citation for her participation. She has taken part in campus cleanups and as a teacher assistant at an elementary school. She volunteered at the prom held for differently abled and exceptional students. Her kindness and generosity of spirit helped make this event special for the attendees. Outside of school, Jennalise has helped community organizations such as Kids in Need Foundation and Unite Food Bank by setting up food and school supply drives. She volunteers at Feeding Tampa Bay and Metropolitan Ministries food banks, as well as faith-based outreach ministry, which provides meals for homeless and economically disadvantaged. She enjoys collaborating with others and working towards a helpful cause and has gained insight on how significant her help can be in the lives of others. Thank you so much. Leah Jackson, Tampa Bay Technical High School. Leah was introduced to humanitarianism by her mother, who was born in Haiti and never forgot the hardships she experienced. When she came to the U.S., she began doing what she could to improve the lives of children in Haiti. Seeing how much service meant to her mother and to the people she helped, Leah learned the importance of making a positive impact in the community and becoming part of something bigger than herself. Leah serves her community by helping alleviate hunger through Metropolitan Ministries, provides a positive role model to younger students at Al Lopez Park, and is involved with Women Centered for Success, an organization dedicated to empowering women in at-risk populations through mentorships and life coaching. At school, she participates in service organizations as Vice President of the National Honor Society and Secretary of the Black Student Union. Wow, I just don't see you guys like scrolling on your phone through Instagram or Snapchat. I mean, I don't think you'll, I mean, I don't, it's so amazing. All right. Kymbri Sims is not here. Tomas Alvarado. Yeah. Do you go by Tomas or Thomas?
Tomas.
I like Tomas. Tomas exhibits kindness in all he does. His caring and thoughtful nature is evident in his interactions with his classmates and teachers. In the classroom, he is a leader, always eager to help his peers succeed in any way he can. Although he has been unable to play for the past 2 years, he remains a member of the varsity soccer team and plays an invaluable role encouraging and cheering on his teammates. His enthusiasm and love of the game keeps team spirits and morale high. Tomas is active in Key Club and works to promote service opportunities among his classmates. With his fellow club members, he has volunteered at Metropolitan Ministries Holiday Tent, Bark in the Park, in service of the Humane Society of Tampa Bay, assisted children at a boy and girls club flag football tournament, and helped sort and organize donations for clothes to kids. This service has added up to well over 100 volunteer hours. Tomas is always available to help during school events and whenever he sees a need. He never hesitates to set up and get to work. His humble and altruistic nature embodies Tampa Preparatory School mission of providing preparation for a life with higher purpose than self. I did attend Tampa Prep. Thank you so much. Reilley Hall, Wharton High School. Reilley dreams. Should I read one? Okay. Reilley dreams about changing the world for the better. Yes. But her dream is action-based. She spends her lunch period every day tutoring younger students in math and science. She designed the curriculum and organized the student group on her own initiative. None of her students missed a tutoring session thanks to Reilley's kindness and dedication. She leads by example, modeling responsibility for these young students. Outside of school, she volunteers with the 12th Judicial Court of Florida mock trial program, helping teach jury practices as part of the high school mock trial program, which provides students with experience in a courtroom setting and reinforces critical thinking skills. On weekends, Reilley can be found volunteering at the Bay Chapel Food Pantry, serving meals and distributing food boxes to those in need. Thank you so much, Reilley. And now we have Pasco County. Elijah Peralta. Yay! Did I say that right? Okay. And Clote, now this I might not say right. And what, Enclote? It should have an A at the end, no? Enclote High School. Elijah recognized the need in his community and stepped up to make a difference by volunteering his time to the startup of the Gulfside Elementary Community Partnership School. The mission of the Community Partnership School is to focus on the unique, immediate, and long-term needs of students and families. Elijah was instrumental in setting up the food bank and clothing closet to ensure they could provide appropriate and adequate supplies and access and resources for those in need. Without his efforts, many families in the community would struggle to gain access to available support. He has helped with school events such as food drives and serves as a volunteer Judge Ant? Okay, the writer's strike again. The local elementary school science fair. At Morton Plant Hospital, Elijah's charming and empathetic manner is a comfort to the patients he interacts with. Thank you so much, Elijah. You want me to bring it?
No, just,
Oh, what?
she's here.
Oh, she's here, okay. All right. Roman Circo? Oh, Cirque. Oh, I'm sorry, but yeah. Susan. Roman learned, hi Roman, I'm Shana, nice to meet you, that's very handsome. Okay. Roman learned from his parents and has been encouraged by his teacher to give back to his community by serving others. He has taken those lessons to heart and worked with several community organizations, spending hours in volunteer activities. For the past few years, Roman has worked with his dad helping Metropolitan Ministries' annual food drive. They rent a van and pick up food donations to package for those in need for the holidays. Recognizing that hunger is a global issue, he helps bag dry food to send to communities in Africa through Rise Against Hunger. He spends much of his time helping individuals in need throughout his community. He participates in Special Olympics basketball, traveling to other schools to coach and play with differently abled athletes. Together with his baseball team, he worked helping get Joshua House, a haven for foster children, ready for its grand reopening after the COVID pandemic. He volunteered for his church's Tim Tebow, I probably said that name wrong, Foundation's Night to Shine, and helped provide an unforgettable prom night experience for those with special needs. Thank you. Okay, is that in? Oh, it's right here, I'm sorry. Kymbri Sims, Tampa Catholic High School. Okay, I'm sorry. It's my first year. Oh, Kymbri, hi, beautiful. Kymbri is a true advocate who frequently speaks on behalf of those who may not have a voice. She has volunteered at St. Paul's Catholic Church, Metropolitan Ministries, and Making Tampa Bay Beautiful. She saw firsthand how her hard work and dedication had a positive impact on those she served. Her interactions led her to become fond of those she was helping and foster a passion for service. Kymbri is a group leader for Precious Pearls Youth Organization, a faith-based organization teaching leadership through service to young women. As Precious Pearls founder Cynthia Turner says, service isn't something you do, but rather a lifestyle you live. The young women of Precious Pearls visit residents of local nursing homes, volunteer at community organizations such as Feed America and Tampa Bay Habitat for Humanity while working to better the lives of those in the surrounding community. Kymbri has served as both president and vice president of Emerging Young Leaders, a program that empowers and engages students by providing leadership opportunities. Wow, thank you, Kymbri. And that's all so many different routes to serve. Okay. Let me get caught up. Julian Weiss, Gulf High School. Julian was inspired to work to give back to the community during an internship at Metropolitan Ministries. Aha, this is how you all get hooked. The experience introduced him to a larger and diverse community made up of people from all walks of life and opened his eyes to the challenges others face. He continues to volunteer at Metropolitan Ministries and is active in several service-based clubs, including serving as president pro tempore of the National Honor Society. With his peers in the Splash Club, his service has expanded to include participation in the Living Shoreline Project, a collaboration with NOAA to restore and rehabilitate coastal habitats. As part of the project, club members helped prepare and plant a living shoreline at Robert K. Rees Memorial Park. Wow, thank you, Julie. Sophia Spengler, did I say that right? Did I say that right? Hudson High School. Since her first day, Sophia has been a respected leader among her peers in the AVID program. She goes out of her way to assist other students and promote success in the classroom and on the field. As captain of the softball team, she keeps team spirit and morale high and models good sportsmanship for her teammates as an elected student leader, advocates for her peers. She volunteers regularly at Bayonet Point Hospital, where she organizes medical supplies and assists in the operating room. Oh my gosh. Sophia strives to live up to the model her parents set for her as a humanitarian and works hard to make them proud. I hope they love that. Van Pham, I'm going to say this. Tell me how to say your name correctly. Van Pham? Okay. J.W. Mitchell High School. For the past 2 summers, Van has dedicated her time to being a role model for underserved youth as a camp counselor at the Newport Richey Aquatics and Recreation Center. She has grown into a dynamic, friendly young lady, and she credits her experience as helping her to gain confidence. Van demonstrates her leadership in and out of the classroom. She often is seen quietly helping others with difficult problems in class. She always has a smile on her face and encouraging words for others. She is an inspiration to her peers, encouraging them to volunteer and work to serve the community. Through school organizations, she has helped coordinate blood drives and health screenings at local elementary schools. In recognition of hard work, Van received the 2022 Principals Award for outstanding community service, academic success, and leadership. She has been recognized as an outstanding volunteer by the Aquatic Center for her service with their summer youth groups. Ananth Kutuva, I'm going to say, did I say it? Tell me how to say it. Okay, you have to tell me how to say your name right, so I don't, is it Ananth? Ananth, okay, with the TH at the end, okay. Okay. Ananth's family has worked to instill the values of humanitarianism in their children. Since arriving in the United States in 1994, his father, Ramesh, okay, has dedicated time and energy in serving the community that welcomed him. Ananth has taken the family dedication to service to heart, and since 9th grade he has been volunteering at Well Built Bikes, a nonprofit bicycle shop that offers those in need of transportation the opportunity to build their own bike for free and sells refurbished, recycled bikes at affordable prices and a few volunteer hours through their Earn a Bike program. Ananth learned to refurbish donated bicycles and began collecting bikes for donation. In the fall of 2022, he started a bike drive at school and in the local area with the goal of collecting 250 bikes and is on track to make that goal and more. He has taken the initiative to lead and promote the drive through a variety of outlets, including school events and flyers. His work has been featured by local news outlets, which has served to increase outreach for well-built bikes in the surrounding community. Wow, thank you. Great service. Okay. Olivia Wymer. Yay! You're not from O School. Pasco High School. When her friend was diagnosed with cancer and was undergoing treatment, Olivia was inspired to help. As she learned more about the side effects of cancer treatment, she decided to literally give of herself and started to grow her hair out with the goal of donating it to Wigs and Wishes, a nonprofit which provides wigs for chemotherapy patients at no charge and grants wishes to children battling with childhood cancer. It took 2 years until Olivia's hair was long enough to donate. Her donation will contribute to the mission of Wigs and Wishes. Olivia enjoys sharing her love of music as leader of the percussion section of the PHS band and singing in with her church's worship band. Who inspired you and what took place of your life to follow the path that you're on. Kylee Steel, River Ridge High School. Kylee has a natural talent for making others feel welcome. When teachers see a student struggling to fit in, they ask Kylee to help. She goes out of her way to make them feel included. She sits with them at lunch to make them feel safe and comfortable. She introduces them to other students and helps them make new friends, no matter the student's background or the challenges they bring with them. Kylee is a patient friend and is determined to help everyone feel like part of the family. She has a special place in her heart for animals and devotes many hours with Dog Gone Home, a foster-based pet rescue which specializes in finding forever homes for unwanted puppies and mama dogs. Kylee works to promote the adoption of dogs in foster care to prevent them from having to return to a shelter. Kylee has made it her mission to rescue as many human and animal souls in need of rescue as she can and strives to help more every day. Thank you so much. Mia Triglia. Mia? Wendell Crane Technical High School. Courtney Marks. Courtney Marks, Wesley Chapel High School. Courtney has a natural ability to bring people together. Her leadership and concern for others is simply an extension of her caring personality. She is a trusted friend to all and a star athlete in softball. She excels as a role model for her teammates, encouraging her teammates and keeping morale high. Because the sport had given her so much, she now volunteers at Wesley Chapel Athletic Association, sharing her love of the game by coaching young girls and umpiring at games. Off the field, Courtney volunteers at Chester Taylor Elementary School. She helps staff in the front office and media center, and her assistance in classrooms is much appreciated by teachers. She volunteers at after-school events and the school summer camp, earning her the honor of Student Volunteer of the Year. Her guidance counselor told us when submitting Courtney's nomination for the Anne Frank Humanitarian Award that her candidacy received double the votes from school staff as any other candidate. That's because you all are truly amazing kids, and I truly believe that feeling included, which is what you all seem to be doing with all your peers and community and the elderly and the animals and the children, is what will make the world a better place and what will keep people from shooting guns. Because I think when you don't feel included is what makes people feel alienated. So that's why I'm all weepy. Thank you. All right, his name I'm gonna butcher. Mahek Modi. Wiregrass Lake High School. Mahek is passionate about raising awareness and ending human trafficking, an issue that plagues this area. She started a club, Teens Battle Human Trafficking, at Wiregrass Ranch High School. Together with her peers, Mahek works to provide education and raise awareness about human trafficking. Through public service announcements created with the assistance of the Pasco County Commission on Human Trafficking, the group concentrates on educating the community signs, what to look for, warning people about the dangers of grooming, and teaching how to edit privacy settings on their social media so potential traffickers can't contact them. Her dedication to improving the lives of others has led her to volunteer for Making Strides Against Breast Cancer, Rescue Cats of Florida, Moffitt Cancer Center, and Tampa Sikh Gurudwara organization, USREF, which works to alleviate hunger and homelessness in the community. Did I say that? Gurudwara? You want to say it?
Laura, yeah.
Yeah, okay, thank you. Wow, thank you. So many different ways of helping. Tessa Starnes, Zephyr Hills High School. Tessa is always looking for ways to help others and to make sure everyone has everything they need. She is an active volunteer in the Assist, Believe, and Care program. Working together, program and schools provide resources to local families. Last year, she wrapped gifts for the school's angel tree and helped distribute Thanksgiving turkeys to needy families. As a member of the National Honor Society, she is often involved with community service events and activities with her peers. She is a volunteer swim instructor at the YMCA, where she teaches children to swim and is responsible for training new instructors. Tessa has a passion for helping others and bettering herself. She strives to set a good example and be a positive role model for her students as well as her younger siblings. In 2022, Tessa was named Citizen of the Month by the Zephyr Hills Chamber of Commerce for exemplary effort, achievement, and contribution to her school, family, and community. Thank you, Tessa. I can't say exemplary. Okay.
And then we'll make the announcement.
Okay. Oh, Cosette.
Yep, I know.
Yeah, I love the name. Oh, Taylor. Taylor, did I miss you?
We'll catch you.
Oh, are you in Hillsborough? Okay, Hillsborough. I'm so sorry. It's her fault.
And did we miss
Oh, she
I thought
did.
it was happy eyesight.
Aww. He's playing a trick on me. Okay, all right. Cosette Kim, Brooks DeBartolo Collegiate High School. DeBartolo. I know I butchered the school's name. Cosette is warm, welcoming, friendly, and intelligent. She serves as a role model for her peers and is a positive influence on those around her. Growing up, Cosette struggled with her Korean American identity. She watched her parents struggle with discrimination and hate in their own community. Looking outside herself, she recognized others were coping with similar situations. She has learned to draw on her experience to help others and work together to make a safer, more welcoming environment for all. Good for you. Since starting high school, Cosette has served over 300 volunteer and community service hours. She participates in the Mayor's Youth Corps, an organization that promotes direct communication and participation of youth in local government, fosters leadership skills, and provides a forum for young citizens to address issues that affect them in their communities directly with the mayor's office. Her service has been recognized with several awards from the National Association of Korean Schools. Oh, wonderful. You're beautiful inside, outside, and okay, Taylor, what's your last name?
Gonzalez.
Oh, yes, you just told me. Taylor Gonzalez. Zaret High School. Susan, I need to find where she is.
Taylor's really great.
Yeah, Taylor, you need a Taylor. Tell us about her. You're so. Yeah, is that your mom? You look like somebody I went to high school with. That wouldn't happen. Taylor has volunteered for over 300 hours of her time at the Plantine Recreation Center in Plant City. Oh my goodness. As soon as she was old enough, she began volunteering at the rec center, wanting to give back to the community programs she had attended as a younger student that made a positive impact on her life. She works with children ages 5 to 13 in Plantine, out of school programs and summer camps, supervising a variety of activities including art games and STEM discovery projects. She has even lent a hand in the kitchen. Her supervisors are so impressed with her rapport with the children and her dedication to the program that she has been offered a paid position. Thank you, Taylor. Oh, Yolanda Morales Villanueva. Villanueva. Yolanda has not let anything stand in her way of being a star student and a compassionate and caring young woman. At school, she participates in service projects through the National Honor Society and as first vice president of Youth Making a Difference, a club dedicated to identifying needs in the community and working to correct them. The club participates in coastal cleanups, assists in metropolitan ministries with food distribution during the holidays, and works to raise awareness about underage drinking and drug usage. When the mother of one of her closest friends received a devastating medical diagnosis, Yolanda was there to help. She organized fundraisers to help to cover the cost of treatment and help promote the family's GoFundMe campaign. Yolanda is an inspiration and role model for those around her. Her enthusiasm and giving spirit epitomizes the words of Anne Frank, who said, "How wonderful is it that nobody need wait a single moment before starting to improve the world." Thank you, Yolanda. You're making me cry. What? This is Casey Minkowski.
Hi, Casey.
Hi, Casey. I'm so HHA. LM, there's no N.
How do we do?
Oh, I'm looking at yours. Yep. Here, I'm gonna let you record. Yeah. Casey Minkowski, Newsom High School. Thank you for being so patient with me. In the category of every cloud has a silver lining, Casey attributes her desire to serve to her experiences to hurricanes. When her community was hit by several hurricanes over the past few years, she was inspired by the spirit demonstrated as her neighbors worked together to help each other. Casey makes it a point to be involved in the community and has performed over 300 hours of volunteer service in a variety of arenas. She has participated in several running events in support of community organizations. During the summer, she volunteers at Zoo Tampa as a camp counselor. She enthusiastically works to educate young campers about conservation and caring for animals. Her peers on the Color Guard team see her as a mentor and role model, assisting them in choreographing and performing their intricate routines. Her openness and willingness to listen motivates others to do their best. She has a natural ability to communicate with others and encourage them to draw on their own strengths to succeed. Thank you.
Anyone else? Did we skip? Don't be shy.
Please don't be shy, because I will be crushed and upset if I missed anybody. Are we sure? Okay. At this time, we would like to, am I doing this part? Okay. At this time, we would like to recognize some of the individuals and organizations who helped make this program a reality. Public Supermarkets Charity, Inc., James H. and Amy G. Schimberg Family Foundation, our humanitarian sponsors, Carolyn Bass, Werner and Rosa Cohn of blessed memory, Jody and Dennis Sherman, Lois and Peter Pardole, Irene and Steve Weiss, Rachel and Donald Worthington of blessed memory, Laura and Kevin Morris in memory of Zachary, 2018 Anne Frank Humanitarian Award honoree. Other donors and in-kind sponsors are listed in the program. Our sponsors make the Anne Frank Humanitarian Award program possible. Thank you. Please join me in thanking the Anne Frank Humanitarian Award Committee and the volunteers who work behind the scenes to prepare for this event, as well as the museum staff, your docent for the museum tour tonight, and volunteers here tonight who have helped make tonight's celebration a success. Would all volunteers associated with the AFHA program please stand? In the words of Albert Einstein, the world is a dangerous place to live, not because of people who are evil, but because of the people who don't do anything about it. During your tour tonight, You saw that in 1938, on Kristallnacht, the night of broken glass, the windows in homes, businesses, and places of worship were shattered, as were the lives of so many innocent people. Each of you was given an inscribed glass plaque when you received your Anne Frank Humanitarian Award this evening. Do I have a plaque? Oh, this piece of glass is unbroken and is a testament to you. Your deeds are whole, your hearts are strong, and your vision is as clear as glass. Over 80 years ago, a dark cloud covered this earth, and now in the 21st century, we hear echoes as we are again experiencing anti-Semitism and hate. We are very proud of our museum. It allows us to remember and encourages us to learn. Remember those who remain bystanders hurt our world by looking away. Lead the way forward as upstanders. The seeds for this award grew because we believe in you and in the promise of our youth. Today's reception is our celebration of your achievements. Live your life based on truth. Let your dreams shine brightly as a guide and inspiration. Be who you are inside and out. Be a glowing example of everything that is right in this world and share all that is great within you. Thank you.
Good evening, everybody. I never have to put the microphone up. So excited. Sure. Hi, I'm Mike Eagle, and I'm the board chair of the Florida Holocaust Museum. I really, with like a full heart, want to welcome everybody here tonight. And that is not a bumper sticker line. This is really one of the best nights for the museum. I was saying last night that this event is just this. It just fills us with so much fuel here for what we do as an institution, as an educational institution. And people tend to think that when you have the word Holocaust in your name, that you're all about negativity, or what can happen in the worst of the world, in the worst of humanity. And that's true. That's part of it, because we teach about what happens when the worst in humanity comes out, and we educate on how that happens because we have history. And it's particularly important to me because my grandparents were Holocaust survivors, so this is in my blood. Literally, figuratively, it's something I think about all the time. It's made me the person that I am, for better and worse, mostly better. Because, you know, it was really important to know, and it's not necessarily as intuitive as, the museum is also a place of hope and perseverance and upstanding, and being an upstander. It's a word we use a lot around here, which is people who do the right thing regardless of the circumstance. And we tell individualized stories about people who did amazing things. I exist because of that, because of non-Jewish people who risked their lives and ended up being executed for hiding my family and never giving up their whereabouts. So I can actually say that if people wouldn't have done extraordinary things, I literally wouldn't be in front of you talking right now. That's a heavy burden, but in a great way, because I actually get the honor of knowing how lucky I am to be alive and what these lessons really mean. And I get to take that with me every single day. And so the reason that tonight is so wonderful is because we get to see the upstanders in the next generation. It's kind of weird for me to say next generation because I'm not that old, but I'm told that technically it's the next generation for me, so I'll go with that. But what you've all done and what you all do, and the parents too. That's really, really important because it comes from somewhere. You know, hatred and bigotry are taught, and so are love, and so are being an upstander, and so are humanity. Those are all taught too, and that's what we have to spend so much more time teaching. And you guys are products of that. You're what happens when things are done right, and you're all upstanders. And you make people like me who run around like crazy at their day job and doing things on their volunteer time at the museum still feel lazy for what you guys do. And that's inspiring too. I like feeling jealous of you guys because I know that we are still, the world's in good hands and it's going to be in good hands. And so when my grandparents would say, tell my brother and me, the light will always outshine the dark, this is our reminder of that. You guys are our reminder of that. And I know these things can sometimes sound a little bit cheesy, to be candid. They're not. They're real. We see the worst in people here, not only in history, but unfortunately today. You'd be a little surprised, disappointed with the day in the life of the museum sometimes, but it's always outshined by the positive and by the wonderful things people are doing, and the standing up that people do. So on behalf of the board and the staff and the volunteers of the museum and your community, thank you. You guys are really, really inspiring, and I hope you guys know that. I know we'll keep saying it, and I hope you come back, and I hope you continue to not only learn all these lessons, but embody the lessons and make the world better. And with that, I want to introduce our Deputy Director, Erin Blankenship. Thank you, guys.
Mike is a hard act to follow. I don't have a story like that, but it's always inspiring to me. The Florida Holocaust Museum's Anne Frank Humanitarian Award was founded in 2001 when we honored 16 students from 16 schools in Pinellas County. The AFHA program now encompasses 5 counties, including yours, so that's 97 schools and 97 students. But its core mission remains the same, to recognize the good in our youth, people who not only have the potential to change the world, but who are already doing it. At this time, we'd like to recognize some of the individuals and organizations who helped make this program a reality. Our presenting sponsor is Public Supermarket Charities Incorporated and the James H. and Amy G. Schimberg Family Foundation. Our humanitarian sponsors are Irene and Steve Weiss, Carolyn Bass, Werner and Rosa Cohn of blessed memory, Jody Sherman and Dennis Sherman, also of blessed memory, Lois and Peter Pardall, Rachel and Donald Worthington, Laura and Kevin Morris, in memory of Zachary Morris, a 2018 Anne Frank Humanitarian honoree. Other donors and in-kind sponsors are also listed in your program. And I just want to say thank you to all of these people and organizations because they make it possible to have been bringing this program to our community for the last 21 years, or 22 years. Just as important, we are grateful to your teachers, your guidance counselors, and your administrators from all of those 97 schools, all of our volunteers who sit on our Anne Frank Humanitarian Award Committee, who review our nominations and make award presentations in your schools. And they're constantly working behind the scenes all year long to make this program and this celebration possible, so thank you so much. This also includes the gift assembly, volunteers and nomination review committee, the presenters who, I'm sorry, this is repeated. But you'll see when you have when you receive your gift later, we also have a team that was just devoted to that, and also to this evening's refreshments and our wonderful docent that hopefully you all had a tour with. So thank you very much. And finally, we want to thank all of you, your parents and your families and caregivers of all of these amazing students. Thank you so much. And you students, you honorees, are all ambassadors and, like Mike said, upstanders who represent ideals and values that are obviously reinforced in your homes. So thank you so much. I think that deserves a round of applause. So welcome to our home, the Florida Holocaust Museum, and enjoy the evening. And now I want to introduce the Anne Frank Humanitarian Award Chair, Shana Perlmutter Levine.
Hi, I'm Shana Perlmutter Levine. This is just the most amazing group of kids. This is my first time chairing this event, and I have to tell you that I'm just so moved by you all, by the students, and by the parents and people that have somehow helped you to grow into these fantastic beings who are really set to change the world. And right now, it is a pleasure to introduce Reilley Dabbs, She's the 2010 Anne Frank Humanitarian Honoree from Berkeley Preparatory School. Reilley graduated from the Howard Nemeroff Writing Scholars Program in Washington University in St. Louis and has worked as a producer for Bloomberg Television and CNN. As an actress, that gets me excited. Welcome back, Reilley.
I get to move the mic up always. Thanks so much for everyone for having me tonight. Thanks to the Florida Holocaust Museum. And congrats to everyone here for what you've achieved tonight. I'm really excited to hear about all your accomplishments. So I was an Anne Frank Humanitarian Award member, as Shana said, in 2010. But when they called me today, I didn't think I was old enough or experienced to be here, but here I am. The cliches, as always, still apply. It does seem like yesterday. Life's taught me a lot since 2010. Service does matter in our world more today than ever. Everything rings true. But I don't really want to talk about the life lessons that I myself haven't quite mastered. In my work, I tell stories, and I try my best to tell stories that aren't always told. In 2010, here at the museum, I was given a book, Anne Frank Remembered by Meet Geese. And I admittedly didn't read it until I was asked to speak here. And so, prompted by this book, and because I like to tell stories, I'd like to talk about Meet Gee's story. There's the parts of those pages that I hope we're still taught, that in 1942, Meet Geese helped her employer, Otto Frank, and 7 other people hide from Nazis in a secret annex. That Meep and her husband acquired illegal ration cards, papers, books, and groceries for those hiding in the annex. That on August 4th, 1944, after 25 months of hiding, the inhabitants of the secret annex were discovered and sent to concentration camps. That day in August, Meep searched through a mess of books, newspapers, and items that made up the life of those in the annex. Amidst those items, a diary. In January 1945, Meep Geese gave that diary to Otto Frank, the only surviving member of the Frank family. Then there were the parts that I didn't know. Meep was only 33, just a few years older than me, when she bought Margot Frank to hide in the annex after the 16-year-old received a postcard ordering her to appear for forced labor shipment to Germany. When Meep and Margot biked to gather her things, they both appeared to passerby as 2 young girls just doing errands. Meep was fashionable, girl after my own heart. A photo from 1933 shows her in a fur-lined collar and a velvet cloche. She paid attention to nature, to the world, to every change of season, the green of the trees of spring in Amsterdam, the rain that made dark days almost desolate. Meep Geese was an immigrant. She was born in Vienna, Austria, and sent to live with a foster family in Amsterdam at the age of 11 because of food shortages in her home country. Meep was a Dutch nickname, quite different from the name she was born with. Meep Geese was smart, good at school, as I know all of you are. After being sent from Austria to live with a foster family in the Netherlands, she started school in January only knowing a few words of Dutch, and by spring she was the best in her class. In reading Meep's memoir, the big parts of heroism in her story give way to the small gestures of kindness that help the inhabitants of the annex maintain their humanity. As she leads Margot Frank into hiding, she quietly grips her arm to give her courage. Upon prompting from Anne and the younger members of the annex, Meep and her husband Jan agreed to a sleepover of sorts upstairs. Meep says of Anne's excitement for the night, "You'd have thought that Queen Wilhelmina herself was about to make a visit." Without question, she offered to bring Anne into the streets of Amsterdam to be fitted for glasses when she showed signs of needing them. Meep's capacity for empathy seeps constantly through the pages of her memoir. She states, "I couldn't imagine what they must be feeling to have walked away from everything they owned in the world." Of her night in the annex, she said, "The fright of these people who were locked up here was so thick, I could feel it pressing down on me. It was like a thread of terror pulled taut." She herself was constantly in danger, but her thoughts were only with those she helped to hide. We know Meep Geese as a hero, but her refrain throughout her life was insistent on the opposite. "I'm not a hero," she said. "I stand at the long end of a long, long line of good Dutch people who did what I did or more." People should never think that you have to be a very special person to help those who need you. To the end of her life, she maintained that she was an ordinary housewife and human. I think Bilkis' story is about the choices we have in service and the choices we have every ordinary day. To do the right thing, the wrong thing, or just to do anything at all. These are the choices we make loudly and also the choices we make quietly. Sitting here, you've all made choices, great choices, quietly and loudly. You've demonstrated enormous capacity for empathy, and you've set examples for all your peers. Admittedly, in 2010, when I sat in your seats, I didn't think the choices I made had been all that hard, or ground-shaking, or world-changing. I grew up in a house that was committed to service. It just seemed natural to me. My mom, Renee Dabbs, has spent her life committed to service and informed so much of what she does for work and beyond. I was lucky to feel empowered and enabled by her to help people. But I've learned now that the inclination toward service, toward empathy, and feeling the need to help people is actually unique. I recently read these words from activist and poet Audre Lorde. You're never really a whole person if you remain silent, because there's always that one little piece inside you that wants to be spoken out. I feel that little piece really acutely inside me, and you are all here because you listened to that piece of you, even amidst challenges of school, life, and extracurriculars. Little life lesson incoming, only one. Life will continue to get in the way of that. Know that you are unique in letting that little piece speak out, in prioritizing service in your lives, and continue to do so. So I'll end this with a quote from Bilkis, this, in her own words, ordinary human that did extraordinary things just like you. Even an ordinary secretary or a housewife or teenager can, within their own small ways, turn on a small light in a dark room. Thanks so much, and congratulations, everyone.
Thank you so much. With another speaker. Yeah. Sorry, I want to make sure. Where is Mackenzie? Oh, hi, Mackenzie. I'm sorry, I wanted to make sure I got everything right. Please welcome Mackenzie Coward Davis, 2022 Anne Frank Humanitarian Award honoree from Boca Ciega High School. Welcome back, Mackenzie.
Good evening. My name is Mackenzie Davis Coward, and I was one of last year's recipients of the Anne Frank Humanitarian Award. Seeing all these honorees here today touches my heart. It makes me realize that there is so much of our youth that are diligently working and willing to find ways to give back to our community. Just a few years ago, I remember the day my mom and I decided to start our nonprofit, Kenzie's Corner. The goal and mission of Kenzie's Corner is to find a way to provide endless support to those who are homeless or in need of essential and necessary items such as food, clothing, school supplies, and sanitary products. Through the development of this organization, my mother and I have found ways to become helping hands to families in need. Within my nonprofit, we do many events to target the needs of the community. For example, to start off the 2022 to 2023 school year, we hosted a back-to-school drive. The purpose of the event was to ensure that all the children within the community were provided with backpacks and school supplies to begin the school year off great. Over 400 backpacks that were filled with school supplies such as notebooks, paper, pencils, pens, and composition books were donated. We also gave away free smoothies and hot dogs to feed the families in need, as well as offer free haircuts for all the young men in the community. Lastly, we donated free books to help promote literacy for all the kids who received the backpack. Another amazing event we hosted was a Thanksgiving drive where we gave away 100 boxes full of the necessities needed for a full and proper Thanksgiving meal, such as turkey, stuffing, pies, cornbread, and vegetables. We also hosted many other events for a variety of holidays, such as MLK Day of Service, Christmas, and New Year's. By starting this nonprofit, I have been able to truly make a major impact in my community and touch the lives of so many individuals. Now, speaking to this year's honorees, I want to just say, by looking around this room and seeing all these amazing students, I just know all of your futures are extremely bright and beautiful. I see future lawmakers, advocates, politicians, doctors, teachers, engineers, and so many other amazing and wonderful career paths. Furthermore, I want to also leave you all with a bit of advice and motivation. I want to encourage each and every one of you to become a spirit of positive change, not just within our local community, but outside of it as well. I want each and one of you to continue to find ways to be a helping hand to those around you. Whether it is volunteering at local food banks, donating clothes and shoes, being a mentor or role model to younger students, helping out local centers or facilities, or simply just finding ways to brighten the next person's day. Being a recipient of this award shows strong commitment, determination, and perseverance. Truly, each and every one of you exemplify not just an excellent student, but a leader and role model for the generations to come. Without a doubt, all of you in this room tonight have the ability to go out and be something great and make a difference in the world, no matter how big or small it may seem. We all have the ability to take what we have learned from the environment and people around us and use those skills, lessons, and experiences to help build for a greater future. A future that ensures that everyone feels supported and loved, regardless of their age, race, gender, culture, or any other distinguishing characteristics. To conclude, I just want to say congratulations to these honorees, and I cannot wait to see what the future holds in store for each and every one of you. Thank you.
Thank you, Mackenzie. What's so amazing to me about what I've read about you students is that not only do you all give back to humanity, but you create your own paths. You figure it out. If there's something that needs to be done where you see there's a problem, you find a way to help. It's not that somebody says, hey, you should go and work here. Well, maybe it says, hey, you should volunteer at Metropolitan Ministries, but then you all go, I'm giving an example, of course, to Metropolitan Ministries, and you're like, this could be done better this way. This is innovation. This is thinking out of the box. And you all, so many of you, well, all of you all are so empathetic, but you're brave. And to be so sensitive to other people's needs, but brave enough to help others, to me is just amazing. And I think all of the adults agree that you all give us hope for the future. For a future that's really, really scary. You hear the bad things most. The news covers the bad things. There was a conversation before about how whenever prejudice, bigotry, something to do with anti-Semitism comes up, they call the Florida Holocaust Museum for a quote. But then something so wonderful like this, which really needs to be shown and multiplied and have a great big mirror up to show everything you all are doing, because it would spread. Thank you, guys. Okay. Before we begin the individual award recognition, let me briefly describe the process we use to choose our honorees. Each honoree was nominated by a principal, guidance counselor, or teacher to be recognized for making a difference in the lives of others. We recognize the humanitarian spirit of every nominee. They are all working to make our world a better place. The museum's award nomination review committee evaluated each nomination to choose the award recipients. Each honoree receives a personalized inscribed glass plaque, a copy of Anne Frank, Diary of a Young Girl, and a one-year family membership. And we hope that your families will use the membership and will support the museum by renewing it next year at this time. And now I'd like to share a little bit about the person who is our program's namesake, Anne Frank. Anne Frank was 13 when she began writing her extraordinary diary during the time she and her family were in hiding. For 2 years, she recorded her thoughts and her dreams until the Franks and those hiding with them were discovered and arrested in 1944. Anne and her sister Margot contracted typhus while at Bergen-Belsen and died in the spring of 1945. Only Otto Frank survived to return to the Netherlands after the war. It was he who made sure Anne's diary was published in 1947. It has since been read by millions across the world. In 1944, Anne wrote, "You've known for a long time that my greatest wish is to be a journalist and later on a famous writer. Anne did not get the opportunity to become a journalist, but she did become one of the most famous writers in the world. Her diary became her legacy and is a timeless testament to the strength of the human spirit. And now we would like to individually recognize each award recipient alphabetically by school. Each of you should have picked up a name tag when you arrived, so we know you are here. If you did not, let us know. Let us know if you all did not pick up your tag, because we don't want to leave you out. After your presentation is read, please pick up your gift bags and return to your seat. There will be time after the ceremony for parents and loved ones to take pictures of your student. But right now we have the illustrious Sherry, who is a fabulous professional photographer, who will photograph the honorees and
I get to be in every single one. So.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Really excited by the end of this. Oh, and can everyone turn off their ringer on their phones, please? To present the awards for Manatee and Sarasota County Schools, I'd like to introduce the co-chair of the Anne Frank Humanitarian Committee, Miss Bette Zaret. Bette was instrumental in the creation of our partnership with the Jewish Federation of Sarasota Manatee, which has allowed us to expand the program successfully into our southernmost counties. The volunteers who presented awards at your schools are all part of that foundation.
I honestly have to say that I am beyond honored and humbled to partner with the Florida Holocaust Museum, an extraordinary organization whose goal is to teach about the Holocaust and the lessons of the Holocaust, all of those that can help us to become better citizens in today's world. You know, I'm often asked, you know, what do you want to do when you grow up? And I have to say, I want to be like Reilley and Mackenzie, because you are both awesome. A lot to get through this evening, but I also want to congratulate all of the students here. I know that I'm going to be individually highlighting those from Manatee and Sarasota County, but I think all of you rock. You're all incredible human beings who exemplify the spirit of Anne Frank in every way, shape, and form. And I also have to say I have the extraordinary honor of working with a lot of Holocaust survivors in Sarasota and Manatee counties. And I have to say, to a person, not only did they survive, but they really demonstrated incredible inner strength, courage, compassion, truly an extraordinary amount of hope, and they learned to express love rather than hate. And when I think of all of them and all that they went through, and I think of all of you and all that you are going to do to have a positive influence in the world, I feel as strongly about all of you as I do about the Holocaust survivors. So I want to thank you all for influencing and inspiring all of us adults to be better in our communities going forward. Our first award goes to Erica Martinez from Bayshore High School. Erica, may I ask you to please come and accept your award. Erica has a natural ability to connect with others, to encourage and guide them. She acts as a member to her peers, helping them reach their full potential. As part of the Key Club, she participates in community service projects throughout the school year. She regularly volunteers at South Manatee Library, taking on tasks from organizing materials to assisting at special events. At Bayshore Elementary School, she tutors students in the after-school program and supervises recreation activities. Outside of school, she is active in the youth ministry in St. Jude's Catholic Church, where she participates in and supports events and activities. Congratulations, Erica. I should say get out your Kleenex because these stories are so moving. They're incredible. I'd like to now introduce Cooper Stark from Bradenton Christian School. Cooper is dedicated to serving those in need as a humble leader and hard worker. He has volunteered for Hunger's End, a food pantry serving nearly 600 families in Bradenton, and for Chase Away Epilepsy, which advocates for epilepsy awareness and works to raise funds towards finding a cure. He spent a summer as a volunteer at Summer's Best 2 weeks, a Christian sports camp, which encourages and models service above self to campers. His duties included working in the kitchen and helping younger campers at baseball camp. As a member of the National Honor Society, he helps organize and participates in community service activities with his peers. He also serves on the Fellowship of Christian Athletes leadership team. Congratulations, Cooper. I'd now like to introduce Carson Moore from Lakewood Ranch High School. Carson goes above and beyond in everything she does with modesty and humility. She helps students in her classes with their assignments and stays after school helping teachers with tasks such as creating hallway bulletin boards. Outside of school, Carson has made it her mission to help those in underserved areas. Volunteering with the Tampa Housing Authority opened her eyes to the extent of poverty and need in local communities. She has volunteered over 100 hours with the Housing Authority. She also volunteers for Big Brothers, Big Sisters, and serves as a mentor and role model to underprivileged youth in underserved communities. She is part of the Hope Ambassador Program, a Department of Education program dedicated to training peer mentors to promote kindness and compassion in the school environment. As a Hope Ambassador, Carson participates in community projects, service events, and after-school activities that demonstrate how simple acts of kindness can change lives. Congratulations, Carson. Next is Brianna Sparks from Manatee High School. It is simply Brianna's nature to want to help others. Working with her Girl Scout troop preparing care packages for those in need opened her eyes to the extent of the needs of her community. She became involved with Downtown Ministries, a local organization serving the unhoused and those in need. Every week, Brianna can be found working at their open warehouse, packing bagged lunches, putting together hygiene kits, or sorting clothing donations for distribution. She shared her experience with her peers in Key Club and recruited their help. She now serves as contact and coordinator for Downtown Ministries and the Manatee High Key Club. She's still active in Girl Scouts and is working on her service project for her Gold Award. Congratulations, Brianna. We next have Madison Curran from Manatee School for the Arts. Community service is a family affair for the Currans. Madison's mother has passed on her commitment to helping others and modeled the importance of discipline and sacrifice for a significant cause. Reporting at 6 a.m. to a local soup kitchen to serve breakfast to those in need has made a great difference in how Madison sees the world. She gets satisfaction seeing how a small gesture can make a profound difference. In addition to providing food, she offers a friendly smile and kindness. She also volunteers at the Lakewood Ranch Humane Society, offering the same kindness and care to the animals while they wait to find a forever home. As member and incoming president of the National Honor Society, Madison has participated in many community service projects alongside her peers. Congratulations, Madison. Listening ear. She gave out jars of positive affirmations to people in her life so they'd always have a source of encouragement with them. During the worst of COVID-19, Cassidy attended 9th grade remotely to protect her immune-compromised father and continued to mask long after requirements were lifted. Her concern for the well-being of others shapes everything she does, and wherever she goes, she fills the space with joy. She volunteers to read to children in underserved communities, choosing books that showcase diversity and reflect her young audience. Much of her time is spent with the Manatee Players nonprofit theater, where she happily fills any role on stage or behind the scenes. One of her teachers calls Cassidy the most intentionally kind student I have ever taught. Congratulations, Cassidy. Next, I have the pleasure of introducing Alexandra Lowry from Southeast High School. Alexandra has nearly 1,000 documented service hours over her 3 high school years at the Foundation for Dreams and Dream Oaks Camp. The foundation provides year-round weekend and summer camps for children with varying exceptionalities and abilities, and those with chronic or terminal medical diagnoses. The camps strives to create a safe environment where children can recognize each other as individuals, not by a disability. As a group leader, she works with youngsters with cognitive and physical challenges, teaching them independent living skills. Alexandra and her peers bring energy and enthusiasm to their jobs and are always working to innovate and adapt activities to include all camp participants. At school, Alexandra can be found helping with activities and events such as campus cleanups and running the concession stand at games. Her optimism, proactiveness, and selfless attitude make her a remarkable volunteer. Congratulations, Alexandra. Was anybody else from Manatee County here that we might have not recognized yet? Okay, without further ado, let's move on to Sarasota County. And we'll first introduce Tyler Rubin from Cardinal Mooney High School. Experiencing health challenges as a youngster taught Tyler the importance of kindness, empathy, and acceptance. He is dedicated to give back to those who helped him by providing those same considerations to others. He is a dedicated volunteer for organizations helping those with exceptionalities. He has been a peer mentor at NXT Generation for 2 years. NXT Generation specializes in providing health-minded programs and opportunities for individuals living with exceptional needs and learning differences. Tyler excels in his leadership role and has worked to build rapport with coaches, athletes, and families. He has been recognized for his outstanding service and commitment by Adventure for All, an athletic program providing inclusive activities and adventures for individuals with exceptionalities. Tyler also volunteers at the All Faiths Food Bank twice monthly as part of the High School Hunger Heroes peer leadership program there. His role is to provide instruction, assign tasks, and help make sure the pantry runs smoothly. His leadership and communication skills make him a natural mentor. Congratulations, Tyler. Next is Samantha Lopez from Northport High School. When Samantha arrived at Northport High School as a sophomore, she had already completed over 1,000 volunteer hours in her Miami community. Samantha learned the importance of service from her parents. In living their faith, they have modeled humanitarianism for their children. Samantha is a dedicated and reliable volunteer at her church and is involved in the youth ministry and praise dance ministry while tirelessly working behind the scenes helping with church events and activities. She also volunteered over 600 hours for the Sisters Network of Miami, a national African American breast cancer survivorship organization where she has been recognized for her care and for her compassion. At Northport, she is well on her way to accruing the highest number of volunteer community service hours in her class. She is active in the SGA and Key Club, where she is worked organizing school events, including a campus cleanup to remove hurricane debris. With her fellow Key Club participants, she has volunteered at community events, including neighborhood and beach cleanups, and assisting at Kiwanis Club community events. Congratulations, Samantha. Let's welcome Geeta Upendram and Shanika Farah from Pineview School. Geeta grew up in Louisiana and saw firsthand the devastation that hurricanes can cause. She watched her parents doing everything they could to help victims by donating time, money, and resources to help restore the community. When Hurricane Ian hit, she didn't hesitate to follow their example. She set up a GoFundMe to raise money for her neighbors to help with whatever they would need. Shanika evacuated to safety to Alabama when Ian approached Florida, but her father, a physician at Manatee Memorial Hospital, stayed behind. Watching the devastation inflicted by Ian on the news and not knowing what was happening at the hospital made her feel helpless and frightened for neighbors she knew were dealing with a catastrophe. She reached out to the Pineview Red Cross and started a fundraiser. Their combined efforts raised more than $13,000 to provide support directly to Sarasota school students, families, and school staff who were impacted by the storm. Because of their hard work and ingenuity, Farah and Geeta have been invited by Sarasota County staff to become part of hurricane relief initiatives and play integral roles in the Unity in Community event, which provided relief, resources, and an opportunity to connect with neighbors in Northport, the hardest hit area in the district. Congratulations, Geeta and Shanika. Please welcome Samantha Linares Zabala from Riverview High School. Samantha's work in the community started with the Boys and Girls Club 3 years ago. She became involved with SRQ Volunteen, which provides opportunities for area teens to help their community. Samantha and her peers organized a food drive for those in need. Her involvement has grown to include participating in the STAR Leadership Program and Youth Council, as well as a position on the board of Boys and Girls Clubs. As part of the Youth Council, she is working to organize a summit for high schools across Florida to meet and discuss improving mental health teaching modules being used in the state. Boys and Girls Clubs has recognized her hard work and dedicated service by nominating her for Youth of the Year and awarding her the Townsend Scholarship. Congratulations, Samantha. Let's now welcome Jillian Davidson from Sarasota High School. A call to community service is a natural part of what defines Jillian. Not only is she an outstanding student and athlete, but she has also completed over 100 hours of service to a variety of groups and organizations just this year. Her hard work and dedication to helping others truly reflects her character. Service organizations Jillian volunteers for include In Stride Ranch, which has provided equine-based therapy in the area for over 25 years. Newtown Connection, an organization serving local youth in creating a culture where sports, health, and education intersect. Brotherhood of Men, a mentoring program, and Miracle League Baseball, which offers opportunities for differently abled adults and children in the community to participate in team sports. Her outreach and service efforts also include helping Storybook Street Literacy Program volunteers as a Southside helper. At school, Jillian is just as dedicated to service, helping as a volleyball helper and as part of the Special Olympics Club. Congratulations, Jillian. Let's welcome Isla Edwards from Sarasota Military Academy. Isla is a natural leader and takes her rank and responsibilities seriously and is able to balance her activities in and out of school with exceptional drive and commitment. Her goal is to work to make the world a better place and believes that personalized service and working to exceed expectations is the key to success. As a volunteer at Sarasota Memorial Hospital, she became a favorite among the patients. She was kind and supportive and never left a task unfinished. A top student in academics and leader in her battalion, Isla has gone well above and beyond her community service requirements. Congratulations, Isla. And let us now welcome our final inductee, Zachary Caldwell from Venice High School. Zach is a well-rounded student who balances rigorous academics with meaningful service-based activities. He is active with the Sheriff's Activity League of Sarasota County, where he works with and mentors all at-risk middle school students, helping them develop into promising high school students. He provides a strong role model for the youth served by the league. A varsity swimmer, Zach shares his love of the sport he's been part of since elementary school by volunteering at the Venice YMCA teaching children to swim. He participates in community service with his peers in Key Club, where he's helped with local beach and road cleanups, Make a Difference Day, and assisting at local community events. With his peers in the National Honor Society, into which he was inducted this year, he volunteers for community organizations and creates projects in the community and at school to improve the lives of others. Congratulations, Zachary. Is there anyone from Sarasota County that we may have omitted? In which case, I'd like to again congratulate all of the nominees and inductees from Manatee and Sarasota Counties. I am in awe of all that you do. Keep on keeping on. And now I'd like to, the person who actually is going to be presenting the awards for Pinellas County, I'd like to welcome the Anne Frank Humanitarian Awards County Co-Chair, Vicki Weissman.
Thank you so much. My name is Vicki Weissman. I have been a co-chair and a committee helper for several years. I'm not even sure how many, but it's always so much fun and such a great day to come and see all of you award recipients and to honor you. I enjoy going to the high schools and doing that as well, and I just want to say thank you for all that you do for everyone in your communities and our whole community at large. With that, I'm going to go ahead and get started with Robert Rosa from Admiral Farragut Academy. Robert has never met a stranger. He is comfortable striking up a conversation with anyone in any situation. Robert and his family have made service and helping others a way of life. An Eagle Scout, he often acts as a mentor to younger Scouts, helping them with projects and events as they progress through the ranks. At school, Robert volunteers teaching sailing and helping with waterfront activities. He has participated in school clubs and events, including holiday food and toy drives for needy families in the local community. He is just as active helping with when school's out as he's home in his home in Lorton, Virginia, where he volunteers at church and for local community service organizations. Thank you so much, Robert. Our next recipient is Allie Henriksen from Boca Ciega High School. Allie is dedicated to serving her community and has a long record of hard work and service. She is co-president of the Recycling Club, and in 2019, she established Allie's Army LLC, a nonprofit focused on community beautification. Through her organization and Keep Pinellas Beautiful, she has organized outdoor cleanups and promoted recycling efforts. She has volunteered for Feeding Tampa Bay, the Salvation Army, and Goodwill, helping with food and clothing drives. For the last 2 years, she has coordinated 2-day food drives for St. Pete Free Clinic, raising over $4,000 in donations. She has also collected over $500 worth of pet supplies for Pet Pal and the Humane Society shelters. Congratulations, Allie. Okay, our next award recipient is Mackenzie Jolly from Calvary Christian School. Mackenzie cares deeply for others, a quality that is apparent in her nearly 800 hours of volunteer service since starting high school. In addition to helping at summer volleyball and STEM camps for elementary and middle school students, she has helped at school-sponsored events for Best Buddies and Go Gold Cancer Research Project. She spends much of her free time volunteering at local parks and recreation facilities, where she has assisted with events such as community holiday celebrations. She has served many hours with the Long Center's youth programs during school breaks. At Clearwater Marine Aquarium, she works as a volunteer helping with guest experiences. Mackenzie volunteers weekly at Calvary Baptist Church children's programs, where she facilitates games and assists with classes and tutoring while providing a positive role model and mentor for the children. Congratulations, Mackenzie. I'd like to now welcome Kaylee McDonald from Clearwater High School. Started her junior year, she had already volunteered nearly 200 hours at Highland Recreation Center, where she acts as mentor and role model to elementary school students, helping them with activities and enrichment in the after-school program. She finds this work so rewarding, she makes it a point to reach out to help others however she is available. As a member of several service clubs, including the National Honor Society, Kaylee has participated in community service projects with her peers. As part of the History Club, she volunteers at Heritage Village, assisting with educational activities. Always having others' well-being in mind, Kaylee also volunteered to install fire alarms in homes in the community. Thank you, Kaylee. Cindy Lean, Countryside High School. Cindy embraces community service with enthusiasm. She is an active member of the Interact Club, which organizes community service events. Cindy hopes to expand her role in a club to a leadership position in her next school year. Outside of school, Cindy volunteers at the Maddie Williams Neighborhood Family Center, which she has served over 100 hours. This center's mission is to serve the community with education and support services to improve lives and help them attain self-sufficiency. She has helped in their holiday food pantry and meals and lent a hand at back-to-school backpack events, making sure young students start off the year with everything they need to succeed. Congratulations, Cindy. Now I'd like to welcome Zoe Vetter from Dunedin High School. Overcoming challenges as a very young child gave Zoe the spirit and strength that has made her the young lady she is today. Crediting her grandmother and her faith, she strives to do her best and reach out to help others. Zoe is involved in the National Honor Society, Spanish Honor Society, and Key Club. Through these service organizations, she has participated in activities such as local beach cleanups, returning each location to a safe, environmentally friendly place for the community and wildlife to enjoy. One of her favorite clubs is the Spanish Honor Society, members of which she strives to create a difference for people in need and to instill hope for others that may not see a clear path in their life. Activities include fundraising and organizing donations for Kimberly Home Pregnancy Resource Center and local organizations serving the Hispanic community. Thank you, Zoe. Now I'd like to welcome, and I hope I say this right, Rainea Ford, Eastlake High School. Rainea actively serves her community and has been recognized for her dedicated service by her church. She understands the importance of a dependable, trustworthy mentor, and as a volunteer cheer coach, provides positive role model and trusted mentor for underserved and underprivileged children. Bernia credits her grandmother, who provided a consistent positive presence during times she struggled, with inspiring her to do the same for others. Her hope is to teach by example, showing up consistently and demonstrating that she is someone who cares about them. By providing a caring adult figure for them, she believes she can make a positive impact on their futures. It is her goal to make sure no student feels alone or undervalued. At school, she is an active member of the National Honor Society and participates in service activities with her peers. Congratulations, Benita. Next, I'd like to welcome Catherine Buckman from Hollins High School. Catherine learned the importance of community service through her years as a Girl Scout. She has earned both her bronze and silver awards and is working on her gold award. Her projects have included working on building a garden at Brookwood, a residential program for at-risk girls, where she volunteered to teach residents to garden and grow their own food. She has helped young people with Down syndrome learn to cook and created a cookbook featuring their own recipes. She is currently working on creating a school-based prom and homecoming dress closet so all students can enjoy the prom and homecoming experience. She has volunteered for local political candidates and participates in the Youth Advisory Committee, an organization sponsored by the Pinellas County Council, to provide a forum for younger residents to provide input on issues of concern. Congratulations, Catherine. Now I'd like to welcome Michaela Llewellyn from Indian Rocks Christian School. Michaela is always available to help, from volunteering to staff the concession stand at football games, to assisting coaches at softball camp and tutoring students, from helping with assignments and playing guitar as part of a student-led music in weekly chapel. She's always happy to lend a hand. With her peers in the National Honor Society, she has participated in community service projects such as preparing Christmas gifts for children in foster care and assisting in Veterans Days events. A regular volunteer at Saddle Up Riding Club, Michaela helps with therapy sessions and works to care for the horses by grooming them and keeping their stalls clean. Congratulations, Michaela. Now I'd like to welcome Sophie Oust from Keswick Christian School. Sophie's dedication to her faith has guided her in the direction of humanitarianism, and her dedication not to be served but to serve others is evident in all she does. She has served nearly 200 volunteer hours for ministries and organizations. As a juniorette in the General Federation of Women's Clubs, she assisted with food and toy drives, brightening the holidays for those in need, and honoring first responders in remembrance of 9/11. She volunteers at RCS Grace House, which provides shelter for unhoused families, and has served food and distributed clothing and toiletries to those in need at several locations. Sophie is active in her church, providing childcare and acting as a mentor and role model for middle schoolers. She is a model of living selflessly and showing concern for others. We thank you, Sophie. Our next award recipient is Isabella Luna Ricci Rivera from Largo High School. Luna is always looking for an opportunity to help others, both in school and in the community. Every week, she can be found volunteering in the gift shop at Morton Plant Hospital. She is patient and gentle with all her customers, who are often dealing with fear, anger, and sadness. Her kindness to those dealing with loved ones in crisis offers a safe haven during a chaotic and painful time for their families. As a member of the National Honor Society, Luna participates in community service efforts undertaken by her peers. As an IB program ambassador, she helps welcome prospective and incoming students and represents Largo High School's IB program at events. Her hard work and dedication were recognized with the Hispanic Student Achievement Award from St. Petersburg College in 2021 and 2022. Thank you, Luna. I'd like to now welcome Adriana Thomas from Northeast High School. Adriana is highly respected by her peers and the teaching staff at Northeast High School. They thank her for her contagious smile and the hard work and dedication she puts into being the best she can be. She understands the value of helping others and giving back to her community. Adriana has volunteered nearly 200 hours as a youth camp director at Balsall Park at Recreational Center, where she herself attended. Sharing her experiences and helping younger students reminds her of how far she's come and inspires her to provide a positive role model for young campers. She is happy to share skills she has learned as part of the Academy of Finance program with others and is always available to lend a hand. Thank you, Adriana. I'd like to welcome Janessa Sheikh from Northside Christian High School. Janessa is an exemplary student with an eagerness to help others. Together with her peers in the Justice Club, she has participated in Stop the Movement, an organization dedicated to ending human trafficking. She completed a research project on trafficking for a class, which helped raise awareness amongst her classmates and resulted in her applying to the U.S. Institute for Human Trafficking to designate Northside Christian School as a trafficking-free zone. She has volunteered for local organizations by packing Thanksgiving food boxes for needy families, working at the Salvation Army Soup Kitchen, distributing food and other necessities through Convoy of Hope, and as a student volunteer at the Florida Holocaust Museum. Earlier this year, she participated in the Arise and Run 5K, which raised money for Sela House, Empowered to Change, and Isaiah Village, all organizations dedicated to providing support and assistance to Pinellas County families in need. Thank you, Janessa. I'd like to now welcome Morgan Broad from Osceola Fundamental High School. Morgan has volunteered over 100 hours at St. Jerome Catholic Church in various capacities, from fundraising and distributing food to those in need to spreading holiday cheer, caroling, in local nursing homes. She is a regular and dependable volunteer at Seminole Recreation Center, where she is a teen intern and works with children of all ages, including and assisting coaches by setting up games and activities. At Florida Top Dog, she is a volunteer junior coach and has been given the responsibility of working with young gymnasts, supervising activities, and assuring their safety. What originally started as a requirement to volunteer for her Bright Future Scholarship has become a passion and real love of helping in the community, especially with children's activities. She plans to continue and expand her work with children in the community well into the future. Thank you and congratulations. I'd like to welcome Prisha Shirdiwala from Palm Harbor University High School. Prisha was nominated by her counselor, who tells us she has demonstrated outstanding determination, integrity, and passion for not only learning, but for educating others about diversity, inclusion, and ending discrimination. In 9th grade, she learned about Community Tampa Bay. Through this organization, Priya witnessed the importance of open communication about social justice issues. During the past 2 summers, she has volunteered as a camp counselor at Community Tampa Bay's Summer Leadership Program, Anytown, a week-long program for high school students who look differently, live differently, and love differently to build a culturally diverse and inclusive community from the ground up. Congratulations, Prisha. Our next recipient is Maddie Corcoran from Pinellas Park High School. Maddie is a tireless advocate for improving her community. She has volunteered over 200 hours as a participant in the Pinellas Park Safety Cadets Program, a service group operated by Pinellas Park Police, which coordinates many activities in the community as well as assists with city events. As a sergeant in the program, she takes pride in keeping her community clean and providing a role model for youngsters. Taking part in local beach cleanups sparked her interest in helping animals and wildlife, and with activities with a direct effect on her community. She serves as a junior lifeguard and is in the Coast Guard JROTC program. Maddie sees her contributions as the starting point of a long-term goal of working to keep communities safe, clean, and welcoming for all. Thank you, Maddie. Now I'd like to welcome Gracie Tubbs from Seminole High School. Gracie has been a community advocate since 3rd grade when she attended a Veterans Day celebration. During a question and answer session, she learned that many veterans had felt alone and forgotten while serving. She was determined to make a difference. That determination eventually turned into a nonprofit still in action today. Gracie's operation, Military Matters, sends care packages to service members on active duty overseas. To date, Military Matters has raised over $250,000 and sent 9,000 boxes to active duty troops. Seeking to encourage her fellow students to recognize the importance of community service, Gracie has started school donation drives and recruited volunteers to pack up and ship the packages. She serves as a role model at school with her many service-related activities, including as a student for Leader in Me and the Health Information Project, and her membership in several service clubs and organizations. Her guidance counselor calls her a bright, intelligent, and courageous young woman who is changing the world one day at a time. Congratulations, Gracie. And now I'd like to welcome Sophia De Filippo from St. Petersburg High School. Growing up a child of immigrants, Sophia learned the importance of giving back to the community that has welcomed you. Watching her parents work as volunteers for Habitat for Humanity inspired her to help serve the unhoused in her community by collecting donations of toiletries and sanitary supplies for CASA. She also volunteers at a local church soup kitchen, helping feed those in need on Fridays. At school, she is active in several service clubs and organizations, including the National Honor Society and Rojan Service Group. She is currently tutoring 3rd grade students who are struggling with reading and has a special place in her heart for those struggling to learn English. When she speaks to them in Spanish, their eyes light up and trust is created. She serves as a role model and example for these youngsters who understand she can relate to their struggles. Sophia says, "I don't do this for recognition. I just want other people to be able to have better lives." Thank you so much, Sophia. I'd like to welcome Olivia De Lucia from St. Petersburg Catholic High School. Olivia calls the day she volunteered at an end-of-year event at the Refugee Migrant Women's Initiative, a community organization dedicated to the support of refugee and migrant women as they resettle in Tampa Bay, as a life-changing event. At the event, she met an Afghan refugee. This woman's story touched Olivia's heart. She worked to get her clothes and spoke to the Knights of Columbus and the Council of Catholic Women and made a video to ask for their help in getting donations. Her efforts helped provide the women with an apartment and sewing equipment, which allow her to make a living. The experience was both humbling and rewarding for Olivia and made her understand how fortunate she is and the importance of helping others. She volunteers at AFHA House, helping with holiday decorations. She's organized and ran a service project for 3rd and 4th graders through St. Raphael's Church, during which she taught them about the saints and service and provided them with an opportunity to serve sandwiches to the homeless. Thank you, Olivia. We'd like to welcome Abby Fox from Tarpon Springs High School. As a youngster, Abby fell in love with the movie Dolphin's Tale and was able to visit its star, Winter the Dolphin, during family vacations to Florida, even coming from Mississippi one summer to attend summer camp at Clearwater Marine Aquarium. That experience fostered her determination to make a career in marine mammal care. Each summer, she volunteers at her beloved Clearwater Marine Aquarium. In 2019, Abby and her family were responsible for rescuing 45 baby loggerhead turtles who were heading across busy Gulf Boulevard. She and her family scooped up the hatchings, which were later released safely into the Gulf. She has volunteered over 200 hours at East Bay Animal Clinic, where she helps weekly. Abby is also part of the Early Childhood Education Program, and her influence on the preschoolers attending the program is remarkable. She is kind and loving with the children and always available to help her peers with problem solving or lesson planning. Congratulations, Abby. That is all the award recipients for Pinellas. I might speak now if I missed anybody. Okay, well, to finish off the night, I'm going to introduce our last award recipient from Pasco County, Sydney Klein, for Academy at the Lakes. Sydney can be recognized by the t-shirt she wears at least twice a week that says, "Kind people are my kind of people." Her kindness is apparent in everything she does. As part of the Blue Crew, she takes part in spirit events throughout the year, from decorating lockers for new students, children's face painting at homecoming, and projects like positive Post-its. She affects the school community in bright and positive ways. Her positive impact is even greater outside our school community. She has volunteered over 160 hours with Keys to Kindness at their week-long kind camps for children affected by pediatric cancer. She has formed a bond with Trinity, an 8-year-old to whom Sydney has become a friend and mentor. She is actively involved with Alex's Lemonade Stand Foundation, which works to raise funds for impactful research, raising awareness and supporting families coping with a pediatric cancer diagnosis. Sydney has raised over $1,000 from running 5 stands. Her drive to work towards finding a cure draws strength from her hope. Efforts like hers will lead one day to a cure. Congratulations, Sydney. Well, I have concluded all the presentations, so I am going to turn it back over to Shana. Thank you so much, everyone.
So I guess you all don't do a lot of Netflix binge watching. In the words of Albert Einstein, the world is a dangerous place to live. The world is a dangerous place to live, not because of the people who are evil, but because of the people who don't do anything about it. During your tour this evening, you saw that in 1938, on Kristallnacht, the night of broken glass, the windows in homes, businesses, and places of worship were shattered, as were the lives of so many innocent people. Each of you were given an inscribed glass plaque when you received your Anne Frank Humanitarian Award this evening. The piece of glass is unbroken, and is a testament to you. Your deeds are whole, your hearts are strong, and your vision is as clear as glass. Over 80 years ago, a dark cloud covered this earth. And now in the 21st century, we hear echoes as we are again experiencing anti-Semitism, bigotry, and hate. We're very proud of our museum. It allows us to remember, and it encourages us to learn. Remember those who remain bystanders, hurt our world by looking away. Lead the way forward as upstanders. The seeds of this award grew because we believe in you and in the promise of our youth. Today's reception is a celebration of your achievements. Thank you. Live your life based on truth. Let your dreams shine brightly as a guide and inspiration. Be who you are inside and out. Be a glowing example of everything that is right in this world and share all that is great within you. Honorees, please come to the front of the room for a group photo.